Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The most funny in the morning. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Just another day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, Pastor Frederick Douglas Haynes. Pastor Haynes, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rickey Smiley and the Rickey Smiley Morning Show family. Love you, praying for you, praise God for you, and love what you do for us every single day, getting our day off to a great start. Listen, today's song is Incredible God, Incredible Praise. I'll just give it to you like this, y'all. God is incredible. And since God is incredible, why you gonna give God a trifling praise when you serve a God who deserves incredible praise? I looked up the word incredible. It simply means something that is so extraordinary you don't have words to explain it. It's almost impossible to believe. And y'all, all I'm trying to say is that God is incredible, and God will do the incredible. Ask Moses down at what the Bible calls the Red Sea in front of him, and God did the incredible and made a free way through the Red Sea. Ask Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, thrown in a fiery furnace because they took a stand for justice. They took a stand for what's right. They get thrown in the fire only to discover that God used the fire to set them free. And God got in the fire with them and walked around. God is incredible. Jesus got lynched on Good Friday, but early Sunday morning, the women were wondering how we're going to roll the stone away. And guess what? The stone was already rolled, and Jesus had been resurrected, because our God is incredible and can do the incredible and make a way out of no way. Do the incredible and open up doors you didn't even knock on. Do the incredible and lift you up in the very face of those who try to tear you down. God can do what's incredible. So since God is incredible, why don't you join me in giving God an incredible praise? Y'all have an incredible day. God bless you.
There it is, Pastor Haynes, man, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Let's get into this music. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, love you, Ricky. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. You too. Let's go.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, 13 after the hour, y'all, front page right here. Alfreda's, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. It's Thursday, June 26th. Here's what's going on in the news. President Trump doubled down, claiming Iran did not move nuclear material and will not be back in the nuclear game. But now he's making it harder for Congress to check the receipts. Despite what Trump says, Pentagon intel says the strikes may have only set Iran's program back a few months. Now, the administration wants to limit what classified info Congress sees. Trump says it's about national security. Critics say it's about controlling the narrative. Meanwhile, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth is set to hold a press conference this morning. Another day, another flight scare. The FAA is investigating after an American Airlines jet had to make an emergency return to Vegas. This all happened yesterday on a flight that was headed to Charlotte when one of the engines started spitting flames and smoke. Now, the pilot turned around just minutes after takeoff. That plane landed safely, taxied to the gate, and everybody got off without a hitch. American says it was a mechanical issue and that Airbus is now grounded. If y'all happen to see a woman rocking handcuffs, you might want to keep it moving. This woman was cuffed to the back of a police car for vandalizing a Porsche, and somehow she managed to hop into the front seat and steal an LAPD cruiser. So after a quick chase, she ditched that police car and took off on foot. Now, this all happened Monday night, and believe it or not, y'all, she is still on the run. She's described as a woman in her mid-30s, wearing a gray hoodie and blue jeans, and yes, still in handcuffs. The LAPD
Sound like
says,
one of my exes.
no, not
Gotta
pink
kinda
furry
respect that.
handcuffs, like real handcuffs.
Gosh.
No, they say she's dangerous, and she wants they want the public's health, tracking her down.
You get her.
Yeah, for info on these stories and more,
She
go
got
to
that photo.
RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
With the first pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
Yes, indeed. We all knew this was going to happen. Cooper Flag, generational type player, man. Youngest player in the draft. Joining a team with Kyrie Irving, a healthy Anthony Davis, and a strong bench of real nice role players. Dallas Mavericks, after they mesh with the chemistry, will be a championship contender, man. So we'll see what happens, though. Las Vegas Aces superstar Asia Wilson begins. She becomes the fastest WNBA player to score 5,000 career points. She is the 28th player in WNBA history to accomplish this. And former NBA star Dwayne Wade shared a story of Kobe Bryant, last championship title in 2010. When Kobe won the finals MVP, Wade felt like Paul Gasol should have won the MVP, and Big Kendrick Perkins responded to D-Wade.
That finals, that last finals that they won, Kobe didn't play well. Kobe didn't shoot the ball well. Actually, everybody thought Paul Gasol should have been MVP.
I love you, brother. You've been doing an excellent job in the media, but I heard you the other day, and you done lost your damn mind. But ain't nowhere in hell Paul Gasol was getting no finals MVP over Kobe. Kobe had one bad game. Hey, man, listen, D-Wade, I love you, brother. You doing a hell of a job, but that was just some straight foolishness you was talking about.
Love Big Perk, dog. Love Big Perk. There it is, man. It's my quick sports report right there. Bring it tack. What you got coming up next in the hot spot?
Well, Rock T starting today. Nelly and Ashanti are spitting the block and on reality TV. I got the details up next on the hot spot. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot.
And that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's the bottom of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Starting today, Nelly and Ashanti, We Belong Together, is streaming on Peacock. Nelly and Ashanti decided to do a show to give fans a look into their lives and how they navigate marriage, family, fame, and their second chance at love. Nelly also has new music. The song is a country-inspired song titled Spin the Block, and here's a little bit of that song.
Looks like this old truck, like he's spinning the block, spinning the block, spinning the block, spinning the block again.
Okay.
I like it.
That's catchy.
They got a nice hook.
It do got a nice hook, spinning the block again. And Ashanti has some advice for couples who may be thinking about spinning the block.
I think if it's meant to be, it will be. So if the spin happens, let it be organic. Don't force it. We absolutely did not force it. Neither one of us thought that we would ever be back together. So I feel like it's just really important to let things organically happen, you know? And if they do and you work on your second chance, work on yourselves and figure out what it was that caused the disconnect and what it is that you can keep you guys together.
That's right. I absolutely agree with that. I agree with that. What y'all think about that, what she said?
That's good advice.
I think that's facts. Like, you never know. You know, you don't want to miss out on your person that you're supposed to be with for the rest of your life for some mistake or something that happened. And y'all know y'all heart was in it. You know what I'm saying? And you felt like that was your person. And you just happened to run back into them and it just felt good all over again. Why you laughing?
I'm looking at Gary.
Gary, what you say?
Girl,
What? Oh, Lord.
Girl, I'm just listening to this girl.
Debbie Downer.
Didn't somebody make the song, if your heart is really in it, why didn't you tell me so?
Well, they did
that's
when
Atlantic Star.
When they spent
That's
the
right,
block.
Ricky.
When they spent the block.
If your heart
Wasn't
isn't
in it.
the lead singer of that group, he just passed away.
Yeah.
Last week.
Good song right there.
It was.
So that's how I
Good
feel about
song.
what you're talking about.
Oh, Gary.
That's a good point.
What is your heart in, Gary?
Girl, I wish it was into something, baby.
That's why it's hard for
Shopping.
you to be positive. Yeah, shopping, walking
Lennox
around the mall.
Apertura, Northport Mall.
Okay. All right.
The
All right,
Galleria.
y'all. The Galleria. Closing arguments in the Diddy trial start today. Excuse me. And federal prosecutors have decided not to proceed with some more of the explosive allegations against him. Prosecutors will not instruct the jury to consider charges like attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking as underlying acts of the racketeering charge. The allegations that prosecutors do not want to consider are connected to the alleged kidnapping of Diddy's assistant Capricorn Clark and the alleged firebombing of Kid Cudi's car. A former prosecutor says the move shouldn't be seen as a win for Combs per se. He believes prosecutors are trying to minimize jury confusion and avoid accusations of overreaching. Now, Diddy's defense team will make their closing arguments tomorrow. Attorney Warren Ballentine will join us later this morning to break this all down for us. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. For more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com, and you can catch me on all my social media at Brat. Coming up next, we got Special K with the news you absolutely, positively cannot use. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, Rickey about the morning show. 10 before the top of the hour. It's about that time. Special K got news you positively absolutely cannot use. What up, K?
Hey, what up, Rick? Well, let's start this thing off on a very positive note. Well, I don't know. It might not be positive for some people, but it's looking like, hey, we don't know which way this Diddy trial's going to go. But, hey, there's a possibility he might beat this thing and come home. And let me give y'all some free stock tips to start this thing off in case that should take place. Here's some companies that you may want to invest in if Diddy does get out and come home. You definitely want to invest in Johnson & Johnson because that stock's about to go way up. You also want to maybe invest in those companies that make hotel sheets and towels. Also, spray and wash on that same note. Any company that produces pink food coloring, it's probably going to go up. And you also maybe want to buy the trademark for the Make Freak-Offs Great Again hats. Now, let's go into today's sponsor, Rock T. Today's sponsor, I want to honor our friend Gary with the T, who I love so dearly. Mm-hmm. This is last week of Pride Month, so it's sponsored by Gary with the T's new athletic wear line. You can check out his crotchless jogging pants, fishnet jock straps, and midriff basketball jerseys that tie up in the back. These are all available. Yeah, they're all available. Will you wear it too?
I say he will wear it.
Oh yes, he will. Yeah, that's why he put them out there, and I really kind of like them for that group. But you can get these all at Dick's Sporting Goods now. On his website, it says if you need workout clothes and sporty new kicks, follow Gary with the T and run straight into Dick's Sporting Goods. You heard that, Alfreda?
I did.
Yeah, if you need workout clothes and sporty new kicks, follow Gary with the T and run straight into Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yep.
Run straight into
Gary, you gonna say no?
I'm just sitting here, Ricky, baby, because he's gonna participate in all what he's saying. So, baby, I'm not even bothered.
He's gonna have all that stuff on, Gary.
He's gonna have all that stuff on.
You can't get it at Foot Locker. You can't get it at Champs. You can't get it at Finish Line. You got to run straight into Dick's Sporting Goods.
You put that pause in between Sporting Goods, Rock?
Yeah. Because that's the only place. I don't want people running into Champs or Foot Locker or JD Sports. Right. You got to run straight into Dick's like Gary.
Critics are raving about the new stage play by first-time director Seymour Butts taking the theater world by storm. Audiences can't get enough of You Know You Too Big to Be a Sissy.
Mama, I gotta be who I am. I just need the love of another man.
The story of Alphonse, a 6'4", 260-pound former college football player who comes out the closet to marry his lover and open a high-end store that sells skinny jeans, lightweight sweaters, and glittery sneakers.
Mama understand, baby, but your daddy just can't accept it.
You damn right I won't accept it. You're just too big to be a sissy. Look at you. 6'4", 260 pounds, big, black, and ugly. You ought to be playing for the Baltimore Ravens, no?
You Know You Too Big to Be a Sissy. The heart-wrenching story of a man and his search for the answer. How big is too big to be a sissy?
Why daddy gotta keep hiding my baby doll shoes and ties?
So you got a size 14 foot,
You Know You Too Big to Be a Sissy. Get your tickets now at www.Gems, Rims, and Fashion for Shims. And Chuck's Steakhouse, where we love to put our meat in your mouth.
And stop sitting down when you're peeing.
Not baby doll shoes. I can't.
Good sit down when you're peeing.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the clue of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday. A beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Simon said, y'all, to Simon Gubardi, y'all, the debonair ex-husband of Miss Portia Williams, y'all, is singing a different tune, honey, about what led to the end of their 14-month marriage. Now, they're saying, y'all, that the Nigerian-born businessman called out his ex-wife in a recent interview, accusing her, honey, of exploiting him for his money while he fell helplessly in love. He painted the Real Housewife of Atlanta as an opportunist who targeted him during a vulnerable moment in his life. Now, they're saying that Portia Williams filed to end her marriage to Simon Gubardi back in February 2024, claiming her ex-husband was no longer the man she once loved. However, he's calling BS on her victim narrative. And here's what Mr. Simon had to say.
Do you regret marrying her?
Absolutely. I said to her in one of my text messages to her, because she didn't respond because I kept asking her, why did you file for a divorce? And she wouldn't say anything. I later figured out this felt like a coup. I was totally blindsided, sent her a text message. I said this was a $5 million rehab project that I took on. I think I was targeted.
In what way?
I was targeted from day one for financial reasons.
Yes, y'all. This is what Simon is saying.
$5 million what now?
Renovation, did he say?
Yes, he said he had to do a makeover. Sound like he was saying like a makeover or whatever. But nevertheless, they said the entrepreneur noted y'all that he was in a vulnerable position after his divorce from Real Housewife of Atlanta alum Miss Fallon Gubardi, and Williams Timon could not have been. What I said.
So she's an alum and you was on the show.
Yeah, you know, Fallon was on the show.
But she wasn't no housewife.
Well, girl, that's what they saying, honey. He said
she was a friend of somebody.
Yeah. Well, he said she was an alum, but he said, but the timing could have not have been more perfect. He said he entertained it. He said, so it just kind of snowballed from there. He said, getting engaged. Listen to this now. This is cute. He said, getting engaged in 30 days, who does that? He said, I was out of my doggone mind to have done it. Of course, he said, I'm paying dearly for it. Now, Gubardi regrets continued with his heartbreaking loss during the divorce proceedings. Now, the judge had sided with Williams, ruling to uphold the terms of the prenuptial agreement. The deal left the reality TV star with only $560,000 in alimony and their marital mansion in Atlanta, among other benefits, y'all. So, Simon is speaking out, honey. He said Portia tricked him and said she was a gold digger. But that was something for him to say.
Of course you're going to say
exactly.
that now after the fact.
Yeah, but honey,
you got married and you was all in love and get out of here. We don't want to hear that.
Did they have a prenup?
Yes.
But she still getting the mansion and she's getting over $500,000 and stuff or whatever. But you know they're saying y'all that Simon, you know he said, honey, he founded y'all Simco Petroleum Limited Company y'all back in 2007, which supplies refined fuels in the southeastern United States, according to People Magazine. Besides his petroleum venture, they said Gubardi, he did movies and he had different movies. He did the 2012 Jailhouse Dogs. He did 2019's Kill, and in 2020 he did The Son of the South. So he was a movie producer as well. So you know, and he also has 5 children, honey, from his past relationship. He said although he and Portia did not have any kids. So it's very interesting though. But the good thing about it, the divorce is over, and you know Portia.
The divorce is over, and she's free, and she did that beautiful People cover, and she's happy, and everything is good. Now she just got to get back to trying to live and love again as well.
Yes, Lord. But you know it's sad though. You know when I still say this today, how could a person be in love and then fall out of love? How could you fall in love and fall out? That's one of the things too. What people say, you should never fall in love.
You should grow into
when
it.
They don't flush the toilet and when they don't make up the bed and
clean up after themselves. Don't
picking
put their
nose
dishes
when they
away.
watching General Hospital and stuff
I
like
really
that.
feel like Portia loved him.
You think she did?
I
think
believe
she
that
did.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, but she did say, honey, that she found out all this stuff about him, honey. She said she didn't know who he was no more.
Exactly.
Isn't that what happened? She found out
gave him
something
some
about
swag, baby. She gave him that swag that he didn't have.
Yep. So she said she didn't know him. And I love it because, you know, our European counterparts always say, I don't think I know you anymore.
But can you really know somebody after 30 days?
Nope, not at
yes.
all.
Yeah, but he was hiding a lot of stuff. She didn't know he had all that stuff going on with him, all that fraud and all that. He had a whole list of a long list of things that he was illegal, and he wasn't here. They had never got him solidified here as a citizen.
Yeah.
So
that
made
stuff
everything
brings about stress, and pressure, and you got lawyers, and
she's got a daughter, and it put everything in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So, but Ricky, I want to go back to this question. Can you know somebody and fall in love in 30 days? I think you could.
Yeah, you can fall in love at first sight.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
But is that love or lust?
Yeah, you being fat.
It ain't lust. I had a chick that I met before that I was real crazy about after one little date at Taco Mac.
Wait a minute. But you say crazy about. There's a difference in being crazy about somebody and being in love.
I was thinking and dreaming about her. We went to the park and had a picnic. I had a whole picnic. I ain't never had a picnic for nobody. We went to Piedmont Park.
Mm-hmm. Was you sitting Indian style, dog?
No, I had one leg folded under, one leg straight.
Man-law violation.
It's a little day. That's one of my favorites. Like a little day is chiffon. On the high end, you say chiffon.
Where's the
and
buzzer?
On the low, just say beautiful yellow. You can't say that's your color for the day. I guess.
What's the color again, girl? I'm not finna sit up here and argue with them. What's the color?
No, sir. Where's the buzzer? That's a man-law violation.
on your leg, dog.
No, I had it
folded and one leg straight.
Folded under, and the other leg was stretched out at a certain angle, like leaning into her.
That's right.
But I can't. If I fold both of my legs a certain way, then that look like a sissy.
No.
Okay. If I have both of my legs open, then that don't look right.
You got to take a knee.
I can't lay on. We had a picnic. I can't lay on my stomach and then prop my head up on my elbow.
You got the mop, the broom, the dustpan. He trying to clean this up.
That was the best way you could sit. The way you sat.
If you go on a damn picnic, how the hell can you sit?
Right.
I'm trying to look cool. I got my one leg forward, one leg stretched out, and my arms straight bended, leaning
Take
into
a folding
her.
chair with you and sit your ass in a chair.
Man, nobody take no damn shit to try to prove no damn man-law violation. Man, this girl was expressing herself to me.
Yes. You said right.
You better take a knee like you in a football huddle.
I'm gonna take a picture of how I say what?
Take a knee like you in a football huddle. Like the quarterback want to call the play.
Just because y'all ass wasn't romantic, y'all
Thank
Let
you.
him know, Ricky.
Y'all damn wives when y'all was dating in the Piccadillys and stuff, sitting at the little table with a fly in there.
Why Piccadilly got to catch a stray?
A fly in the window. Piccadilly's good, but y'all sat up there with that fly in that window.
That fly.
You know what you came here for.
y'all, everybody that listens to the radio, they still roasting me about how I was sitting at that picnic with that chick, man.
Yeah, dog, you can't be sitting on your leg.
Man, you can't sit with one leg folded up under the damn leg and the other leg straight. You at a damn picnic, man.
Exactly.
Y'all don't do this stuff on this radio this
So
morning,
you
man.
halfway laying, halfway sitting is what you're trying to say.
No, he's
So you're
sitting,
laying down at a 45-degree angle with one leg folded.
No,
Man,
he's
boy, black
So you're
people
sitting
clown.
straight up
sitting straight up
with one leg folded under you.
Fold not under you, like in.
Like your legs
unfold.
crossed,
And
but
the
the leg
other one
going
stretched.
over instead of
Yeah,
under.
so Brat, that's gonna make you lean on one arm, and you're gonna be your one
my
arm gonna be
freaking
cocked
God.
down.
I tell you what,
And you can do that, but just don't
I tell
fold
you
that
what,
other leg. Just
that
lift
girl-
both legs straight.
that girl had an experience of a lifetime. She said nobody ever took her on no damn picnic and laid out a blanket and had some damn Subway sandwiches and some chips. And then I had the sparkling grape. The sparkling grape. The little thing. Yeah, the Welch's sparkling grape.
Making it worse.
And some
Making it even worse.
Making it
Somebody
worse.
drank no sparkling grape.
soft.
You did that for Christmas. Damn, you digging this hole deeper, bro.
I tell you what, I clapped them cheeks. Hey, I got to wake up calls. 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY, Ricky Smiley Morning Show. All right, Ricky Smiley Morning Show, I got the fucking calls. Damn it, 8669 Ricky, here we go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning. Sleep on your house shoes go and be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know where you calling from. So come on and tell us and just wake up.
Good morning, this is Brent, the garbage man from Muskegon, Michigan. It's called to wake up all the Dodge Chargers. Wake up. Yeah, no.
Hi, this is Betty from South Carolina. I'm calling to wake up my son, Alonso, Sticky, Greta, Sherelle, LJ. I'm calling everybody to wake up. Have a good day. Wake up.
My name is Enrico Dunn. Oh, Bell, Alabama. I want to wake up my brother Mario. Mario, get up. I know you ain't got no job. Wake up.
You listening on your radio. It's a whole gang of cities tuned in, locked in. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. Where you at, Miami? Wake up. Seattle? Wake up. And Detroit? Wake up. St. Louis?
Jesus. Fix it, Jesus.
Comedian Rita, Brent.
Oh, man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it's about that time for Fix It, Jesus. Brent. Alfreda's Rock Tea, Special K, Gary with the T. We got the one and only comedian extraordinary Rita, Brent, Jackson State University's own member, Delta Sigma Theta. Rita, what's up?
What's up? What's up, Ricky? What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning.
Happy to have you. Come on,
Thank
now.
you. We have a special, serious edition of Fix It Jesus this morning. There's a lady making her rounds on social media named Miss Shirley. She got caught in a very unfortunate situation at her cookout now. But this is a situation that only Jesus can fix. But, Ricky, I'm just going to let y'all hear it. I'm going to let her tell y'all what happened. Let's hear it.
This is for Brenda. Since you won't answer your phone, I know you watch my video. When somebody invites you to a party, that don't mean for you to act like no hog or dog. I cooked 5 slabs of ribs yesterday. I'm not saying that you ate all the ribs, but you were huddled over the rib dish. You toted 5 or 6 plates away from here yesterday. You didn't ask me, could you do it? I didn't mind you taking no carry out after everybody get through eating. Give everybody a chance to get them a piece of rib, fish, baked neck bone. I had shrimp. I had oysters. I had crabs. I had a variety of food. People went to complain about the rib was getting low and they didn't get a chance to get any. It wasn't my fault. I cooked 5 slabs. That's why people hate to invite certain people to their event. Because people told up all them plates and stuff, being greedy. Now it got me feeling bad as a host. You would not be invited to nothing I have from now on. You got your plate and you left. Don't do that no more. Don't do it no more.
Oh, God.
How y'all feel about that?
I agree with her. Everybody sympathizes with that because everybody got a Brenda in their family. Everybody got a Brenda that come over there and sit up there and get them plates and go home. Don't bring nothing. And then got a bunch of kids. And then they gonna clean up nothing. They gonna get them plates and they gonna dip.
It's a 2-plate max on takeout plates.
2. Should be 1.
One.
Exactly. Should
have
be
some
one.
common courtesy.
In case you got a spouse or somebody invalid at home.
If you're not there,
they
don't
should have
get it.
came.
Thank you.
What if they're in a wheelchair?
Yeah, so yeah, you could have. We got a wheelchair ramp. A wheelchair. Most houses are wheelchair accommodating.
They recover.
I agree.
Yeah,
This lady, I think we got to bring good cookout manners back, Ricky. And, you know, I was thinking about this. There's only one way to settle this because Miss Shirley been calling. The lady ain't been answering the phone. She got to go old school and call this woman and talk woman to woman. So if I was Miss Shirley, I'll tap into the spirit of the single Shirley Brown. And this is how I would handle this. Y'all want to hear it? Here we go.
Let me leave this hungry hippo a voicemail. Hello, Brenda? This is Shirley. I know you know who I am. And the reason I'm calling you is because I was told by several peoples that you came to the cookout empty-handed and left full-handed with 5 to-go plates. So I got a chicken bone to pick with you, woman to woman. You're supposed to at least stay for 27 minutes before you start stuffing plates with everything in it. But no, you just walked in, spoke dry as a Popeye's biscuit to everybody and started fixing plates. I know exactly what and how much I cooked, and I know what your big greedy thieving tail took. I got the ribs on sale down at the Winn-Dixie. They had a Juneteenth sale and didn't have no smell to them, so I got picked 5 for $18.65, because that's what we got free. And I got one of them free at last cakes, too, down there from the Kroger's. Now, usually one slab of ribs costs more than veneers, but I used my bingo money on food for this cookout. I made enough for everybody to get 1 rib, 2 oysters, boiled and charbroiled, 1 shrimp with the head on, 1 shrimp with the head off, 1 half a devil egg, other half an angel egg, 4 flats, 2 drums, 1 piano, and 11 baked neck bones that are cooked on 375 in the oven.
Oh, Brenda,
This is for Brenda.
girl, you need to answer your phone.
I know you watch my video.
'Cause you brought your to my cookout acting like a hog and a dog.
That don't mean you act like no hog
And
or
every
dog.
time you walk through the door, all the ribs get low.
I cooked 5 slabs of ribs.
So I'm telling you, woman to woman, that you can't come to my house. No, you can't come to my house no more.
Brenda, this Shirley again. Now, when I talk to you, you better not tell no tales, because everybody saw you take them plate of ribs. Ricky, the Brat, Special K, Gary, Rock T, Alfredas, Black Tony, White Tony, Dr. Collier, Pastor Haynes, Beyonce, Big Chris, Taylor, Tutu, TJ, Super Dave, and say you take out like the Pink Panther with them kitten heels on. Everybody saw you.
Black Tony, where your boy at?
I don't know where it is. I don't know where Georgia line is. That's them folk might have got him.
What? Yeah, you seem to be rubbing up on everybody.
I don't know. Trump folk might have ran up on him, snatched him up. You know he Mexican. Look,
no, he's not Mexican.
Okay, look, I'm saying no, because he better stop. Hey, when the Trump folk running around, you better stop talking like that. All that. Dry like told you, but you better talk regular. You better talk like a regular. Anyway, look.
You said ice and got him.
They might have done snatched him up. I don't know. I hope not though, because that's my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a dog right there.
Hey, look.
Oh no, I ain't here because I got a letter yesterday that I got to do a fraternity test this morning.
A what kind of test?
A fraternity test to find out if it's on the daddy. I said a fraternity test to find out it's on the daddy of this little boy. You remember a few years ago, Alfredas, can I talk to you? Because I don't want to talk to Rick, because he too negative. Sure. He always want to focus on not here. Okay. So I want to talk to somebody who got some sense and who been to college. So anyway, look, Alfredo, so... No, because I don't need his negative energy right now, because I'm already stressed out. My nerves bad, because I got to do a fraternity test that morning to find out it's on the daddy for Mike baby. Oh. Now, Alfredas, you might not know this, but Mike was a stud that used to hang out on the trail back in the day. Mike was a stud, but Mike was fine as hell. Mike was a stud, but Mike was fine, though. Even though she always, had on boy clothes, but up under them clothes, you could tell Mike was that. Mike was like that.
Oh, man, you didn't.
Yeah. Well, one night we got drunk. We were drunk. We were drunk.
Bankhead? You talking about Bankhead?
Bankhead Mike. Everybody know Mike on Bankhead used to drive the old school box Chevy.
Tony, you weren't supposed to do that now.
Mike had an old school box Chevy. Used to be over there on the truck with us. We'd play basketball, shoot dice, all that, everything. One night, Mike got real drunk. And I don't know what happened, but next thing I know, me and Mike, and I really thought I was kind of like, it almost kind of like made me a halfway sissy, because Mike was like because Mike might look a little bit like Plies in the face, but she was fine though. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I hit Mike. She had a baby. Okay. Then came back and she was a girl for a minute. After she had the baby, she was a girl for a minute. Right. And she was dressing up like a girl, but then she went back. Because I told her that wasn't none of my child. She went back to being a boy. Oh, and then she came, so my son had a stepdaddy mama. So look. Wait a minute. So my was his real mama, but she was like his. Then she had got with another girl. She had got with a dude, but then she had got back with a girl. So my baby had a stepdaddy mama, but I wasn't sure if was I the daddy. So they came back anyway yesterday to say you got to take a paternity test at 8:00 in the morning to see if you the daddy, because you can pay child support. Get the baby like 10 years old, and he want to play football at the park.
Is your name on the birth certificate?
I don't know, so that's what I'm trying to find out. I got to go. She's supposed to have all the paperwork right now, but I tell you what, though.
So what Mike working at now?
Mike might work at Popeye.
Hey, man, have a nice day, Brent. Tony. Just take the rest of the day off.
Yeah.
Can't we all just get along?
At the Red House Furniture,
we can.
At the Red House.
I'm Richard, a.k.a. Big Head. I work at the Red House, and I'm black.
At the Red
I like pumping iron and pumping furniture into people's homes.
I'm Johnny, a.k.a. 10 Gauge. I work at the Red House, and I'm white. I like deer hunting, bass fishing, and extending credit to all people.
At the Red House. The Red House.
I'm black, and I love the Red House. I'm white, and I love the Red House.
I'm a black woman, and I love the Red House.
I am white, and the Red House is for me.
It's for me. For me. At the Red House.
For me.
It's that keyboard for me.
Look at the sofa. It's perfect for a black person or a white person.
They want that keyboard at Radio Shack.
It's perfect for a white person.
Or a black person.
Or a black person.
At the Red House, where black people and white people buy furniture. Stop it.
And Hispanic people, too.
Hispanic.
All people.
That was the good old days, though, honey. I'm telling y'all, that was the definitely good old days, honey. That brought back some good memories, honey.
Yes, sir. Gary and all his fraternity sisters. All right, Gary, got to see Andy Kalua other day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Thursday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening, y'all, in celebrity news, y'all. A lot of people are saying, y'all, that are disrespectful journalists, y'all, honey, disrespected Miss Beyonce, honey, back in the day. They're saying, y'all, that Beyonce smoothly, y'all, dodged a bold question that was about being Jay-Z's gangster girl, baby. They say Beyonce and Jay-Z relationship has evolved into a cultural phenomenon. They say what began as a low-key friendship blossomed into a romantic partnership that will shape not only their personal lives, but also redefine the music industry. Now, over the years, Beyonce, knows Carter, and Jay-Z, whose real name, which you know is Sean Corey Carter, have weathered, y'all, rumors, personal relationships, and public scrutiny. They say now, when you're looking back at a time when Beyonce was asked about her romance with Jay-Z, when it all started, they said, honey, her response to a question was becoming, honey, was she his gangster girl, y'all? Isn't that something? No, they say, but throughout her career, Beyonce has been famously guarded about her personal life, especially when it comes to her relationship with Jay-Z. Despite their global fame and constant media attention, y'all, they say she was masterfully drawn a line between her public persona and her private life, y'all. Isn't that something? Because she actually, I mean, y'all think about it. Could she have actually been his gangster girl?
What? She's not gangster, so how could
well,
she be his gangster
but
girl?
she may not be gangster, but Jay-Z, honey, quote unquote, was gangster. So she could have been a gangster girl, because, you know, back in the day, those boys, those rappers, honey, had girls, you know, by the pound, honey, you know, and like they said, Beyonce was very well guarded. So I could see it, honey. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a gangster boo. Did somebody make a song, Gangster Boo?
They did the song Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, oh, thank you. So there you go. So that answers all the questions right there.
Gangster might mean she just ride for her man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
As she should.
Exactly.
No, she wasn't married to him yet.
It don't matter. She was still his girl.
Yeah, but honey, I just feel so bad because I would hate for Beyonce to have that label as a gangster girl. But she did come from Houston, but she didn't come from the hoods of Houston. She came from a very prominent neighborhood and stuff like that. Because her daddy, honey, had a good job at the time and stuff. So, but I mean, hey. Just answer the question. They ask you a question. You're his gangster girl. Girl, yeah, baby, I'm his gangster girl. You know, just go on with life, though. But, you know, people saying, honey, she didn't avoid, she avoided, and nobody wanted to answer the questions, honey. And the journalist was disrespectful, y'all. So, honey, I don't know. But nevertheless, honey, congratulations, y'all, to Jay-Z and Beyonce. They've been married now for quite a while, and they got all them children, honey. Blue Ivy and Surrey and Rumi. So, congratulations. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Everybody's excited, honey. They're saying that Diddy's family, honey, is planning, y'all, a July the 4th party, honey, after his release, y'all. They're saying this Diddy about to be a free man again, just in time for fireworks, bikinis, and champagne flutes on South Beach. They said that's what the insiders are saying, honey, that Jay-Z, Lord, same person. That Diddy, honey, may be out of jail, y'all. And a lot of people have been following that case. I mean, I've been hearing that stuff. But they're saying a lot of the charges may be dropped against him. Y'all, did y'all think he actually going to get out of jail? And some people said he may just serve 7 years, honey, in the pen or what have you, though. But it looked like, you know, they're saying that he still can't find the charges what they're trying to go up against, because they said, in all actuality, this is just a man that has freaky behavior. Do y'all agree with that? I mean, because
we'll know in a few days.
Yeah, because the jury is definitely, they're going to
go to deliberate.
Yep, they're going to deliberate and stuff. But I mean,
because they get ready to go into closing arguments right now.
Yeah,
and that should take a day or two.
Yeah, I think the judge said he wanted a verdict before the 4th.
Yeah, so that's why they're saying he may be out of jail and be able to go home, honey, and have a birthday party.
If that verdict come back quick, it's guilty. The longer they take, the more they thinking about it.
Oh, really? You think?
Well, we're gonna talk about it a little.
Definitely.
A little later.
Yeah, so I guess, honey. Well, nevertheless, we're going to follow this story, and hopefully and prayerfully, everything goes all right. So, moving on. Y'all talking about I bring bad news, but hey, I'm just reporting, honey. Now, it's being reported, y'all, that an IG model claims, baby, that she hooked up with nearly 2 weeks ago. Now, honey, Instagram model is going viral after she claimed that she hooked up with the married rapper nearly 2 weeks ago. Now, the woman name is Kanaya, and she posted a video clip which she quickly deleted. But they say, honey, got the attention of bloggers who shared the caption. She said, quote, I can't say what she said.
Go ahead.
I saw it.
Go
You saw it,
ahead.
Ricky?
I saw it.
You saw what?
What she said?
What she said.
What she say?
But I don't believe her.
You don't
Give us
believe
an
her, Ricky?
example, like what kind of what she said.
We can't say it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
We can't even hint.
All right, baby. But she said that, honey.
She claimed he put in that work.
Yes, she did.
Oh.
Yes, Lord, honey. But anyway, she said, "Can I, honey, post quickly with viral?" They said, "Follow up post one." She said, "If I post this video, the whole world gonna be sick, honey." Now, Miss Kanaya's Instagram page has a single post left after she scrubbed the rest. Now, the post showed her posing near her beach house, and the post did not have a caption, honey. But I hope that's not true. Now, they said Nelly's 50 years old and Ashante is 44, and they share a toddler son, Kareem, together, y'all. She's expecting their second child soon, allegedly. Now, they're saying despite Nelly's history of cheating on women, he refused to accept, y'all, that he cheated on Ashante again, honey. Now, one angry fan wrote, "I can't stand pick me up witches." So, honey, and another fan wrote, "This is so lame and you don't get points, honey, for knowing, honey, that he's married, y'all. Let me guess, honey, she's a girl. Why are y'all so happy to say y'all slept with married men like that type of mess, honey?" So, it's just sad, though, but I hope that's not true because, honey, Brat pumped up the show. I wanted to watch the show so bad, but if that's true, honey, it's going to be hard for me. They lying, Brat, because it'll be hard for me to watch that show knowing
They
that
lying.
this
Nelly
girl
is
said
happily married to Ashanti. They have a child. He is not going to mess that up for nothing, and they doing fine.
They doing fine?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Don't believe everything you hear, Gary.
I know, because I know the old folks always say, whoever does a little smoke, that's fine.
I said, don't believe everything you hear, then you going to say that.
That show don't. That is right, Brent. So whoever does a little smoke, there ain't no fire. But anyway, we're going to be in prayer, honey. We're going to be in prayer because I feel, Lord.
Don't feel bad. Go ahead, just go on and do your thing.
And quick for free story, y'all, Mariah Carey's selling her mansion, honey, her castle. So they say she's selling her castle, baby, for $13 million, honey. So if you got some extra change, honey, y'all can buy it. That's all I said, Brad.
Some extra change?
Yeah, you can buy her for $13 million. So congratulations to Mariah, honey. She had it for like 2. It's a beautiful estate, honey. It's fabulous, honey. It's a big old castle, child. We were talking about castles yesterday, honey. But this girl definitely got her castle-like house for sale. So, when you have so many houses and stuff, you got to release some of them. And the market is getting good right now. So, honey, if you got, like I said, extra change, $13 million, buy Mariah's mansion. Okay, sir, I'm out. All right, the Kalula Day, honey, is one of my favorite Kalula. My Kalula Day is chiffon. On the high end, you say chiffon. On the lawn, just say yellow. And, honey, for more tea and more, go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com, and you can follow me at Gary WDTEA.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 24 minutes after the hour, y'all. So after about 7 weeks, the prosecutors in defense in the Diddy federal trial have rested their cases. Now the prosecution is expected to make their final arguments today, and the defense will make theirs tomorrow. And so then the jury, they're going to go to the back and they're going to deliberate. So here to break it all down for us is the one and only attorney, Warren Ballentine. What up, Warren?
What up, Rick? How you doing, my favorite brother of Omega Psi Phi?
Man, my favorite brother of Phi Beta Sigma. What's happening, man? I should have called you, man. Just yesterday there was a big change in the charges filed against Diddy. Can you break down the charges and explain why there was a change at this point in the case?
Well, of course, he was charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The prosecutors came out, though, and sent a letter to the judge. He basically said, hey, we don't even want the jury to consider that he engaged in racketeering by attempting to kidnap people in California and New York, which they allege, or attempting arson in California and aiding and abetting in sex trafficking. Now, Rick, I'm just going to tell you, this case is so important for people for one reason only. It's not even for Sean Combs. It's for the legal system itself, because the prosecution has not proved or presented any evidence that this man has done anything that they're charging him with. Now, does that mean that he's not a monster? No. He's a monster. He's a horrible human being. But what he's being criminally charged with is not domestic violence, which is what he did on the video and other things. But they're going to probably the jury is probably going to end up finding him guilty simply because of that video that happened in the elevator that they released from the very beginning, to be honest with you.
Wow. Well, let's talk about the statute of limitations on some of the crimes that Diddy committed versus what he could actually be charged with.
Mm-hmm. Well, the case in California, well, not the case, the video in California, that had a statute of limitations on it as far as what happened out there. That's why he was not ever charged on a state level for what he did to Cassie. These charges right here, if he wins the case, then that'll be it. He won't have to deal with it anymore. The problem is, like I said, he likely will be found guilty because of that video, because of the shock in all of that video and how many people feel like he's just, a horrible person because of what he did to Cassie, and I understand that. But legally speaking, from what he's being charged with, he should not be found guilty, honestly. But he's going to probably be found guilty. And the sad thing about it is the way the court system works is these prosecutors have something called qualified immunity, which means that they can charge somebody anytime they want to charge them and don't have to worry about personally being prosecuted back. Meaning that if you, as a prosecutor, I can charge you with something, knowing that you may not be guilty of it, and even if you're found not guilty of it, you can't come back and sue me personally and say, well, you knew this case was a bad case, so I want to come after you. You can't even do it. And so because of that qualified immunity, you get cases like this where they're actually pulling charges back because they know they didn't have a good case to begin with.
Wow. So, Warren, there was a lot of talk about freak-offs and baby oil. What role do you think the freak-offs will play in this case? Will it help the prosecution or will it help the defense?
I think it will help the defense, to be honest with you, because when you look at the testimony of Cassie even, remember when he first got arrested, everybody's talking about he was putting drugs in the baby oil. That's why he had so much baby oil. Well, Cassie testified that it was never no drugs put in the baby oil. She was there. She knew what was going on. She testified to that. Then when you think about the freak-outs even more specifically, you heard in the beginning how it was all these people and all these celebrities and all these other people. Where's the list of all these celebrities at? Where are all these other people at? So a lot of this is what the defense is going to be arguing in closing arguments. But again, he probably will be found guilty because of that video. And then see, the federal government, when you have a federal case, if you're found guilty, they don't just stop once you found guilty. The IRS comes after you. They seize your homes. They seize your property. They seize your bank account. If you have a business and you bought other properties, they'll get the state to take those properties without due process. It's a whole network that the federal government uses to destroy the person so that they can never recover from being found guilty in this kind of a case.
Okay, so Warren, along those lines, now with that RICO charge, and you kind of touched on this just now. So Diddy's the only individual or single person that I've seen that's been hit with a RICO charge. How is that all working out? Because that's such a broad charge.
Well, I'm going to tell you, honestly, when I heard he had a RICO charge, I'm thinking it's like 10 or 15 people who helping him do this, because that's what normally happens in a RICO case. For him to be the only one charged in a RICO case, the defense attorney, in closing, I'm sure is going to touch on that, because the reality of it is that it's a broad spectrum for RICO, but RICO was designed to go after the mafia. It wasn't designed to go after somebody who's having sex parties.
That's interesting. So,
hold on.
Go ahead, Gary.
Okay, so now tell me this, Warren. So let's talk about the Kid Cudi car getting blown up. Now, his car was blown up in his driveway, and he was allegedly playing with Cassie at the time. So was the prosecution able to prove that Diddy was the person behind the car?
Hey, Gary, you know what they did? They pulled that off the table. That's why they removed the arson in California, because the arson was Kid Cudi. They were trying to say that he did a gangster type thing, which was be under RICO by burning up the car. But because they couldn't prove that he actually burned up the car, they had to pull it off the table. Now, to me, that should tell everybody that this case was weak from the beginning. It was weak from the start. But these prosecutors, because they have this qualified immunity, they get to do this. And what's sad about it is because they get qualified immunity, the police get de facto qualified immunity. Because whatever the cops write in their police report, even if they lie, the prosecutors still would charge you with that because the prosecutors can't be ever dealt with even if you prove that they didn't have the evidence to charge you from the beginning. And in our legal system, they don't even have to, for an indictment to happen, they don't even have to prove you did anything wrong. All they have to do is prove that you were there. So Gary with the T, if a murder happened at 10 o'clock at night and you standing on the corner and you the only one out there that people see, the police going to arrest you and indict you for murder because all the prosecutors got to do with the grand jury say that this murder happened at 10 o'clock. You were standing on the corner, witnesses saw you there, so it's a possibility that you did it. A possibility. Not that you did it, a possibility. And that'll be enough for a bill of indictment.
Well, Warren, my thing is this, too. Now, if Diddy was to get off from all of this and stuff, would the humiliation last forever, or would he just be able to brush it off and continue going on with his regular life?
No, he's done as far as entertainment-wise, man, because that video, like I said, from a technical point of view, what he's being criminally charged with, he shouldn't be found guilty. But that video, what he did to Cassie, the testimony about Cassie's parents, he's a monster. He's a monster. And as somebody who has a daughter, somebody who has sisters, who has nieces, if Diddy was dealing with the right one, Diddy would have had a problem. He would have had a problem.
Wow.
That's some good information.
This is all so good. So Diddy didn't take the stand, and the defense didn't bring any witnesses, but the prosecution brought about 30 witnesses. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, what happens in cases like this usually is that the defense attorney doesn't want to put their client on the stand because they don't know what the prosecution is going to ask the client. They don't know what's going to come out. So you don't want to put them up there and ask them a question that you don't know the answer to as an attorney. But I think that in this particular case, the reason they didn't put him on the stand, honestly, the Department of Justice didn't prove their case. They have not proved that this man did any of the things that they said he was guilty of. All they've proven is that he was having parties, that he was a piece of crap to Cassie and to other people, and that it was drugs and sex happening. That's it. It sounded like the Playboy mentioned to me.
Hey, Warren, hold that thought. We're going to bring you back on the other side because this is really, really interesting, and you giving us some stuff. So I'm gonna go to a commercial. I'm gonna bring you back on the other side. And if anybody want to call in, you can hit us up if you have a question for Warren Ballentine. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. More Warren Ballentine. Boy, that's I was about to get tongue twisted. But it's too many what is it, syllables? Vowels. More Ballentine up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
What's up?
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, we got special guest Warren Ballentine. We're talking about the Diddy case. That case is about to close. They're doing their final arguments. The prosecution today and the defense tomorrow. Alfreda's, you had a question.
Yeah, I just want to know, if convicted, what's next? Are there plea options, sentencing negotiations, or bond moves on the table?
Well, if he's convicted, what happened next is about 6 to 8 weeks from now, they'll come back for the sentencing hearing. And what they'll do is what they call a pre-sentencing hearing investigation. And basically, they'll go around, they'll talk to his friends, his family, they'll assess all the money he may have, all the property he may have. Because, like I said, the IRS at that point, in fact, from the point that he got arrested, they've probably been auditing him through the IRS ever since he got arrested now. And they'll use the IRS to go attack those things. See, people think the case, like I said, they think the case is over with when he's found guilty or not guilty. But the federal government still uses the IRS, which is part of the federal government, to go after people. So they'll do the pre-sentencing investigation, and then based on that, it'll be a recommendation of what his jail sentence should be. And then at that point, the judge can decide if they're going to agree with it or disagree with it.
All right, let's go to the phone. You're on with Warren Ballentine. Good morning.
Good morning. I was calling from Richmond, Virginia. Now, if they can do this for Puffy, I want to know, why is R. Kelly still in jail?
It's a different kind of a case, and I'll tell you why it's a different kind of a case. Because you had minors that was involved in the R. Kelly case. And because you had minors that was involved in the R. Kelly case, and like even with the Combs case, if the jury finds him guilty, even if all the evidence wasn't proved, they're going to find him guilty and he'll be put in jail. And that's why I said, unfortunately, the way our legal system is set up and the way it works, because of this qualified immunity, these prosecutors, they get to prosecute big name people so that they can make a name for themselves. Look, to be honest with you, these prosecutors are making maybe $80,000, maybe $100,000 a year, which sounds like some good money to the average person, and I understand that. But for attorneys, that's not a lot of money. If you're a big attorney and you got a big caseload, you can make anywhere between $500,000 and $1 million a year easily, even if you're just doing DUIs, or bankruptcy. So these attorneys that's in these prosecutors' office who are making this little bit of money, they're trying to make a name for themselves so they can go out and get into the public and make big money later on in life. So when you get a big name person in the case, you just throw them in there no matter what, because you're trying to make a name for yourself.
All right. You're on Warren Ballentine. Good morning.
My name is Ken Matthews. I'm calling from Northeast Mississippi. I wanted to ask, does this basically mean that Diddy will just be charged for domestic abuse?
Well, they didn't charge him with domestic abuse. They never charged him with that because of the statute of limitations and because it would have been a state case in California where it happened at. These are federal charges out of New York, and because they charged him on the federal level and it's out of New York, he won't be charged with any kind of domestic abuse. You know, if the jury follows the instructions, he should be found not guilty. The problem is this. They're not going to follow the instructions because they're human beings. And because they're human beings, they can't erase seeing that video. They can't erase hearing how horrific he was to her parents, making them take out a loan for $20,000 and giving the money back. They're not going to be able to get past the fact of what they heard and how he was treating other people who worked for him. And because of that, he's likely to be found guilty, even though he's being found guilty for being a horrible human being, not for what he's being criminally charged with.
All right, John, Warren Ballentine, good morning.
I'm calling from Ponce Inlet, Florida, and the question is, if they didn't have enough evidence on P. Diddy, why is he indicted? There's a really gray area here, but when the feds usually come for you, they got a 98% conviction rate, and I'm just wondering, if they didn't have enough evidence, why would they spend the money and the time?
You know, that's a great question. And let me tell you something, 98% conviction rate. If you go to your local prosecutor's office, they have a 95% conviction rate. Why? It's not because they have enough evidence. In fact, in law school, they teach us from day one, you can indict a ham sandwich. Like I gave as the example with Gary with the teeth. For an indictment to happen, all they have to do is go in front of the grand jury and say you could have done it. The defense doesn't even get to go in and defend themselves. So once they go in there and say you could have done it, that's enough for a bill of an indictment. Now, the other part of that question is, why, when the feds come for you, they have all this evidence. Well, let's look at this case. It's not a lot of evidence proving that he did anything wrong, but they can charge him anyway because they have the qualified immunity, which means that it's no harm, no foul to them personally if they win or lose the case. It doesn't matter to them because he can never come back and sue them. And then with the 98% conviction rate, they have that conviction rate because literally 93% of all cases in the criminal system in this country are working on some kind of plea deal. And I give a quick example. If you get pulled over by a cop for speeding, the cop asks you to get out the car. You say, why do I have to get out the car? Now the cop can say you're resisting the cop. You get out of the car after that. The cop says, I'm putting you under arrest. You move your body or your arm. Now you're resisting arrest and you go to the cop. So from a speeding charge, you got 5 other charges. When the prosecutor sees this and the cop wrote this on the police report, the prosecutor prosecutes it. Then when you go to court, they're telling you, I'll give you probation for 1 year if you plead guilty, or if we take it to trial, you're looking at 5 years in jail. All from a speeding ticket. Not from you. You didn't touch the cop. You didn't resist arrest. But the cop can write all that out, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Wow. Special K, you took a plea deal, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Back in the day, 25 years ago, just to be exact, for people who just now tuning into the show. Yeah, back in my younger days. 26 years, to be honest.
Yeah, that means he didn't go to trial. And that was for writing bad checks.
Well, it wasn't. It was a little bit more extensive than that. I don't want people to think I wrote bad checks.
But you did.
What'd you do?
But we actually created.
You trying to survive?
Yeah, I was trying to survive, man. Hey, Warren, we actually created false documents.
Oh gosh, that might be worse.
It was definitely more profitable, but that's neither here nor there.
Cutting and pasting.
That was white crime.
It was white collar.
Hey, you better stop talking. You're gonna be next to Diddy in about 10 minutes.
Oh no! I did my time, and the statute of limitations is up.
Hey Warren, can we have you back on tomorrow or the rest of the week as this go on?
As much as you need me, Ricky, you know I'm always here for you, brother, and for the show, man. You know how much I love you, how proud I am of all of y'all. You know, I brag on all of y'all, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all helping the community. Y'all helping the people. And that's what this is really supposed to be about. Information, empowerment, entertainment. Let's laugh, let's smile, let's cry, but let's also empower and inform.
Member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, 1914, the one and only attorney Warren Ballentine. We look forward to having you on tomorrow, man. We're gonna get all into this, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff Johnson got 3 things that you need to know. Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, good morning, brother. How you feeling?
What's happening, man? We good.
What up, Jeff?
Awesome. So listen, y'all. I want to talk about this current political moment, right? And I think that the election of 33-year-old Mamdani over Andrew Cuomo in New York is signaling something that I don't think Democrats are still getting. Like, how does a first-time candidate, self-proclaimed Democrat socialist, in quotes, knock off a man with recognition, decades of power, $20 million in super PAC money, checks from Bloomberg, Hess, and even Trump supporter Bill Ackerman? I'm going to tell you, because people are tired. They are literally tired of arrogance. They're tired of legacy politics that offer nostalgia over vision. They're tired of leaders who treat voters like they're too uninformed to want something different. Like Cuomo literally thought that he was Eddie Murphy in The Distinguished Gentleman. All they got to do is say Jeff Johnson and that and not show up too many places and win. But folks remember your name. They remembered that you left in shame 4 years ago, that your brother was fired from CNN for the same thing. Like, they remember a lack of accountability, real vision. And so Mamdani wasn't just talking politics. He was talking to people. He knocked on doors. He spoke with clarity. And I'm not even here to say, you all, that he was the best candidate. I'm not even saying that he would be the best mayor. I'm saying that at the very least in his campaign, he was willing to speak to people about issues that they actually were dealing with, and attempt to lift solutions that, whether they are implementable or not, that spoke to their desires and needs. And so even in the post-election, I'm listening to Democrats figure out they're trying to get a Mamdani formula. Like all we got to do is look at his formula and then we can win in other places, as opposed to recognizing that it's not about a campaign formula. It's about, you got the wrong candidates. You got the wrong people. You have the wrong formula for how you assess what people actually want, whether it's in New York or whether it's in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and other states around the country, let alone the South. And so instead of learning from that, they literally, I'm hearing them act like Mamdani is a glitch in the system. The problem is you can't keep blaming voters for your failure to listen. You can't keep throwing money at elections while ignoring the real currency, which is trust, truth, and vision. I don't think the Democratic Party has a messaging problem. I think it has a listening problem. It has a leadership problem. It has a soul problem. And to black folks in particular who act like they have to choose between two parties, I actually think that's the bigger problem that we have. No, I do not believe that the Republican Party, by and large, and their leadership, especially as far right as it's gone, have the vast majority of black people or poor people in mind. But I'm going to tell you this right off. I don't think that the vast majority of Democratic leadership has us in mind either. And so I'm tired of acting like we got to choose between the best of the worst options. I think we need to choose people over party. Let's be clear on what we want, on what our communities need, and then force every candidate, every party, every election to respond to us. Not with pandering, not with showing up and trying to attend the picnic or the potluck or go to the right church, but with policy ideas, not with symbolism, but with substance. And if they don't, then it's time that they start expecting that more and more of us are not going to show up for them, even if they don't show up for the opponent, because our vote is not a gift. It is a tool, and it has the value to it, and we need to start using it with precision, not just passion. And so I'm curious about what y'all think. I want y'all to hit me at Jeff's Nation. I want you to tell me what you think about how we need to approach this piece moving forward, because it's not as if the system is going to change. We have to change it. And that doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. That doesn't mean it's going to work the way that we always want it to. But if we don't start doing something different and acknowledging all the differences in our community, that we all don't want the same thing at the same time in the same place, but if we acknowledge our shared destiny as a community, then even as we disagree, as we set some of these things up, at least we have a better chance of winning, as opposed to allowing our vote to just determine if one of two entities that never really serves us wins or not.
There it is. I Jeff, appreciate that. Always good commentary. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Y'all hit me at Jeff's Nation. Let me know if you agree, disagree. I want to hear both. I love y'all. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll talk to y'all on Thursday. Oh, it is Thursday. Y'all have a good weekend.
Hey, we love you too, Jeff. All right, y'all. Front page up next.
Mars. We are Silk Sonic. And you're checking out the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Turn it up.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 25 after the hour, y'all got the front page right here. Alfreda's, good morning.
Hey, Ricky. It's Thursday, June 26th. Here's what's going on in the news. Big shakeups at the CDC after RFK Jr. fired the entire vaccine advisory panel last month. You remember that? And then brought in new members, including vaccine skeptics. Now that new panel is reviewing the full childhood vaccine schedule, including the Hep B shot. Now, RFK says it's about trust, but some doctors say it could undo decades of science. RFK is also pulling U.S. funding from Gavi, which is a group that helps poor countries access vaccines. Meanwhile, Trump's CDC pick seems to have a different take on vaccines. Listen to what she told Congress yesterday.
Vaccines absolutely save lives. And if I'm confirmed as a CDC director, I commit to making sure that we continue to prioritize vaccine availability. I have not seen a causal link between vaccines and autism. I think vaccines save lives. I think that we need to continue to support the promotion of utilization of vaccines.
So she's going to answer to RFK. So this whole thing should be real interesting. Two ICE-related cases are making headlines for very different reasons. In Jersey, Congresswoman LaMonica McIver just pleaded not guilty to assaulting ICE agents during a protest outside a detention center in her district. Listen.
But we look forward to the next time in court. We're going to take this all the way through. They know they're wrong, and we're going to prove them wrong because the facts are on our side.
Her trial is set for November. Meanwhile, in Houston, a man is behind bars for posing as an ICE agent to rob someone in a mostly Hispanic neighborhood. Police say he blocked the victim's car, flashed a fake badge, and made off with cash. ICE is condemning the fake badge scam and says there will be federal charges. For info on these stories and more, go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
With the first pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
Yeah. The entire world knew this was going to happen. Cooper Flagg, generational player, youngest player in the draft, joining a team with Kyrie Irving, a healthy Anthony Davis, and a strong bench of real nice role players. What does all this mean? Once they get the chemistry together, championship contender. It is what it is right there. Las Vegas Aces superstar Asia Wilson becomes the fastest WNBA player to score 5,000 career points.
Ooh.
She is the 28th player in WNBA history to accomplish this. It is what it is. Congratulations to Big A out there in Vegas. Former NBA star Dwayne Wade shared a story of Kobe Bryant, his last championship title in 2010 when Kobe won the finals MVP. Well, Wade felt like Paul Gasol should have won that MVP, but Big Kendrick Perkins responded to what D. Wade said.
That finals, that last finals that they won, Kobe didn't play well. Kobe didn't shoot the ball well. Actually, everybody thought Paul Gasol should have been MVP.
I love you, brother. You've been doing an excellent job in the media, but I heard you the other day and you done lost your damn mind. But ain't nowhere in hell Paul Gasol was getting no finals MVP over Kobe. Kobe had one bad game. Hey, man, listen, D-Wade, I love you, brother. You doing a hell of a job, but that was just some straight foolishness you was talking about.
Tell him, Big Perk. Yes, sir.
That's crazy.
I love it, man. Hey, follow me on social media at Rock T Holla. Holla at your boy. Let me know what y'all think about it. That's my sports report right there. Brat got the hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and this hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
On 29 after the hour, y'all time for the hot spot. What up, Brent?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your good Brent.
Huh?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. This segment's being brought to you by
McDonald's. McValue, a new way to experience your McDonald's must-haves. It means you can do more than ever with your McDonald's money. What up, Brat?
What up, Rock T? Good morning, Ricky.
Down.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. BET Plus is bringing back the true crime series American Gangster Trap Queens for its 4th season. The series is known for spotlighting the rise, fall, and often redemption of some of America's most notorious women criminals. I, your girl Brat Tat Tat of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, am the narrator of the series.
What?
Yes, I am, and that is a huge blessing.
Brat, what?
Yeah, I'm the narrator. I'm the voice you gonna hear on that thing. BET Plus, Trap Queens, American Gangster, Season 4.
Come on
That's
now.
right. Come on now. It's such a blessing, and I'm so happy to be a part of that. There's also confessionals, y'all, from Trick Daddy and Method Man. This experience has been great. I've been going in the studio every week, recording and watching these shows of these women doing their thing. Oh, my goodness. These women, they've done some crazy criminal things and got away with a lot of stuff. It's so interesting to see.
Brent, that is so good.
I'm telling you.
But I hope you don't realize you do it on this.
What you said? Oh,
Gary,
no, you didn't, Gary. No, you didn't.
You are so
Actually,
funny.
it's my very professional kind of like voice.
Okay, cool,
See, on the
girl.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show, I get to kind of like really be myself and put my own spin on things, thanks to Rickey Smiley. But you know, Trap Queens is kind of like Chicago, Illinois.
All
So
right.
and so of the very
Ricky,
high.
she getting proper, baby.
Yeah.
You give me
I
some
had to give it to him. We ain't just one
Brett, you
person over
perfect for
here.
this.
We ain't in no box, Ricky, right? We don't stay in the box.
No.
We got to spread our wings, baby.
All right.
That's what we do.
All right,
So
for the Trap Queen.
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Shut up, Gary.
And you know, ain't he your biggest hater, Brent?
Man, ain't
And then
he?
y'all
Ain't
got to
he?
leave radio and then go do
And
Dish
see him
Nation every
again.
day.
Yes,
Yeah.
hard. Yes, honey.
Gary might act like that, but he love me, child.
Oh,
Gary
thank you.
love me. He do. He
I gotta
do.
just give it to her every now and then, remind a bit.
I know.
You ain't giving her nothing.
Niece, right. Excuse me, niece. All right, y'all, moving on. Nelly and Ashanti, We Belong Together, is now streaming on Peacock. Nelly and Ashanti decided to do a show to give fans a look into their lives and how the narrative goes with marriage, family, fame, and their second chance at love. Nelly also has new music. He has a country song inspired by the title, Spin the Block. Here's a little bit of the song.
Looks like this old truck might be spinning the block, spinning the block, spinning the block, spinning the block again.
Hey, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that sounds good.
It do
Come on
sound
now.
good. I can't wait to hear the full song. I know it's nice. Nelly always has had that country kind of thing with him.
Yeah.
I think he did a song with like Rascal Flatts.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
really,
One of
really
them,
popular
And Country Grammar.
country band.
Country
That country grammar, that's not a country song though, but It is titled Country Groomer. I'm going down, baby. Your street.
Hey, Brent.
Yeah?
Now you sat up here and you done promoted yourself. Gary with the T can't get no love. Gary got a gospel stage play out on the road right now.
Really?
That ain't nobody talking about.
Ain't nobody talking about. I just
Gary, you better talk about yourself. Give yourself your flowers.
Can I introduce the Gary?
Go ahead, Ricky. You have the introduction.
Gary, and thank you for I can't even do that right. For being such an inspiration. And Brent, what's the name of your new TV show you got? It's called
American Gangster Trap Queens on BET Season 4. I am the voice of that thing. And Gary, what you got?
Honey, I got my play, but Ricky introduced it, honey.
And Gary, when you taking it on the road, and how many cities you going?
We're gonna start off with 5 cities.
Okay.
The major cities, and then we're gonna branch it out, to other local areas or whatever. So we want everybody to experience.
And ladies and gentlemen, here's the play.
Critics are raving about the new stage play by first-time director Seymour Butts taking the theater world by storm. Audiences can't get enough of You Too Big to Be a Sissy.
Mama, I gotta be who I am. I just need the love of another man.
The story of Alphonse, a 6'4", 260-pound former college football player who comes out the closet to marry his lover and open a high-end store that sells skinny jeans, lightweight sweaters, and glittery sneakers.
Mama understand, baby, but your daddy just can't accept it.
You damn right I won't accept it. You're just too big to be a sissy. Look at you. 6'4", 260 pounds, big, black, and ugly. You ought to be playing for the Baltimore Ravens, no?
You Too Big to Be a Sissy. The heart-wrenching story of a man and his search for the answer. How big is too big to be a sissy?
Why daddy gotta keep hiding my baby doll shoes and ties?
Cause you got a size 14 foot,
You Too Big to Be a Sissy. Get your tickets now at www.Gems, Rims, and Fashion for Shims. And Chuck's Steakhouse, where we love to put our meat in your mouth.
And stop sitting down where you're peeing.